Is it happening?
A little tiny piece.
Oh, God, that is tiny, isn't it? Thank you.
Go on. Subs will want to see you eat it. It's got a bit frozen.
When you see what's gone into it,
but is it delicious?
It makes it all the better.
It's like a giant, excellent tasting toffee crisp. There it is. I just want to know if this is you, a dog, or a rat.
Where did you find it?
In my cupboard room. It's the creepiest thing that's ever happened.
It's not me. Oh, I know what it is.
What is it? What?
Is it
what? 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 No, don't. What? What?
Is it the...
What?
Is it the
I
gusset?
didn't think I was going to wake up this morning and find my pants had been eaten.
Is it the gusset?
Yes.
I know what it is.
What?
You know when you left all my clothes on the floor in the hall?
Yeah.
I was desperately trying to get my running shorts out.
Where is this going?
And I was pulling, and I was pulling, and I was pulling. And I mean, it was like a tug of war. I thought, what the fuck is at the bottom of this bag?
What have you done? What have you done?
Well, I wasn't aware that this has happened. Anyway, so I was pulling and pulling and pulling my running shorts, and you know the lead that goes around the top of my running shorts?
What are you going to say next?
It was attached to something in the bag, and I was pulling so hard I thought it was attached to a nail under the bag.
Oh, and it was these.
And I must have ripped them. Were they in that bag?
No, they were on the floor.
Yeah, but were they in that white bag on the landing?
No.
Where were
Oh.
they? How could they
Originally, maybe.
That's, God, this is like charting people's travel for coronavirus.
You just come in,
I know, get off me!
Go away! Oh my God! You come straight in and wash your hands, Mark.
Why, what were
Because
you
you'd
doing?
only just gone out, and I went up there, and I was just like, I was in a cold sweat. I was just like, somebody's eaten my pants, and I don't know who, and I don't know what. Couldn't you have put them in the bin?
I didn't see them. I didn't see
Then
what
I
it
thought
was.
it was an effing rat.
They'd have eaten far more. Why would they go for your gusset?
Oh, Mark.
Subs, do you like this? So I've literally just come in from the shops. I'm getting a little...
Bad news.
What?
Well, Dina was with a group of people last week who now somebody in their school has coronavirus.
You're joking?
No.
Dina was with them.
Yeah.
So Dina has to go into self-quarantine.
No, she wasn't with the school.
No, but she was with people from
who
the
go to
school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she doesn't have to go into self-quarantine.
Yes, she does. She has needed to from the get-go. I'm telling you, she is the super spreader in the family. Anyway, the guy, just mute it for a minute, the guy at the newsagents, I'm about to have a shave, guys. The guy in the shop said that 24-hour Tesco's in Croydon, the shelves are empty.
No.
Empty.
Well,
I said...
we haven't got a single bloody thing in.
I said, really?
Toilet paper, food, nothing.
And he's an Indian chap, and he said, I'm bemused. He said, why is everyone most worried about toilet paper when there's going to be no food? And apparently the first cases have started in Delhi. Indian Prime Minister saying we're prepared for disaster.
God, that's such a... I mean, having been to India last week...
Well, we've got a lot of Indian followers.
Having been to India last year and seen
Yeah.
just the amount of people and a lot of people in very, very difficult circumstances. Very difficult circumstances.
What is that?
What is that there? What?
Just there.
What? I've had enough of a fright today.
What, the gusset of your knickers being eaten?
Yeah,
Nicketgate.
Yeah, just, you know, one can imagine the difficulties there. God.
But I just, hang on, this idea of washing your hands. So I've just been out. The only things I've touched are newspapers, hang on, the chip and pin thing. And I thought, okay, newspapers, chip and pin. Back to the car.
You just touched my head and you haven't washed your hands.
Yeah, but hang on, here's the thing.
No, that's classic.
Hang on.
That's what they're talking
So
about.
I go, so one hasn't washed one's hands before. So I get back to the car, I get in the car. I open the door handle of my car.
Yeah.
I've got in the car, get home, I wash my hands. But at some point in the day, I'm going to go back out and touch the door. You can't.
Listen, they have proven, because they've done this when there's been previous outbreaks of just normal flu, they have done extensive research on this. It is the most important thing that we can do as a nation, as individuals, to stop the spread is to wash our hands.
No, I'm not saying that, I'm not disputing that, but I'm saying there are so many interconnecting moments.
But you've still got to do it.
If you sit on a seat on the tube and it's on your jeans, you can cut home, wash your hands, but if your hand happens to just brush against your jeans again...
Yeah, listen, it's not foolproof, but it's the only thing we've got.
I'm just going to go and wash my hands. Happy birthday to you.
That's one hand.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Well, you haven't got any soap on. It's irrelevant what you do. Stop it.
Apparently our phones are contagious.
Yeah, we should be
And you shouldn't be using paper money. It's just a catastrophe.
Just when we thought we'd go out, hail and rain, this crazy weather. Oh, Chi-Chi's looking sad because she thinks she's not going to get to go OUT. But we will. We will brave it. We will dress for it though. Not right now, maybe. Let it calm down. No, sorry, Chi.
This happened last weekend, didn't it, when we went out in there?
Yeah.
Hi.
It's absolutely flooding again, Mark. Oh my God. The world just feels so fragile, doesn't it? It's crazy weather, viruses, God, war, famine. Ugh. By the way, that's Mark behind there, in case you're wondering with that weird hat. Honest to God, the weather has suddenly gone crazy. Mark was going to finish editing the No Name Sunday show, and then we were going to go straight out to the park because it was beautifully sunny and blue skies, and now it's like Armageddon out there. But hey ho, cozy day in. So what do you like to do on a Sunday if you're having a cozy day in? I love to read the papers. I love to eat just a little bit too much, maybe even a glass of wine in the afternoon with lunch, a bit of a snooze, bit of a snuggle with the dogs. Show your face, Cheech.
Hear that? Not with me though.
And a snuggle with you.
Not with me.
And a snuggle with you. Yeah. Lots of yummy food. Yeah? You're not listening to me now.
Me?
Yeah, I was talking to you. There's no Teddy Talks today in the No Name Sunday show because he had, as a lot of you know, he had a little bit of a heart procedure on Friday and it was a bit more complicated than they thought, so he stayed in overnight, but he's fine now, he's back home and he's fine. Does Nanny Di make an appearance this week?
Niet.
Niet, because he's put this bloody Russian hat, he keeps talking in a Russian accent, so annoying. Yeah, and whatever else.
Is making an entrance later.
Very annoying.
I thought
So,
we'd have a walk to ourselves, but I'm getting a bit panicked. Look, I'm sweating.
because you've got a Russian hat on, you idiot.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yes. You've got basically a sheepdog on your head.
I thought I was sweating with the coronavirus.
Oh my God, I'm so tired.
So what happened out there, babe?
We suddenly hit with
It's a
exhaustion.
game of two halves, and in the second half you faded
We lost.
fast.
Very thirsty, but also because my dad was in hospital on Friday and I was really worried about him. I didn't sleep Friday night. So I've got a bit of jet lag.
You underestimate how high the cortisol levels are when someone's feeling ill in the family, because you go into...
worried about him.
Yeah.
So...
But did you just say we're running out of food and you can't get a food order?
Well, you know, it's really strange. With Ocado, which is how I usually get my food if I don't go to Sainsbury's. I go to Sainsbury's if I'm just going in. Ocado if I'm delivering a lot because I'm doing recipe testing and stuff. And I can always get it the next day. Well, yesterday, the earliest I could get it is next Thursday.
I'm really sweating, babe.
Take your hat off.
I'm worried I'm getting a...
Oh, God, just take your hat off, for God's sake.
Oh, my God. But, have we got toilet roll? If we've run out of
Some,
toilet
but not a
roll,
lot.
we can go to Nanny Di's and get all the stuff she'll have stashed.
Over the last
She'll have
25 years.
stashed stuff from us. But
You
anyway.
go back now and cook Dad a very special shepherd's pie.
Oh,
because I was doing some recipe testing the other day and I had to roast a half leg of lamb. We haven't touched it. Whole half leg of lamb could go to waste. So I'm going to chop it into little cubes, lots of onion and gravy. Should we do it? Shall I do it and we can film it? Show you how to do it?
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to do a bit of a special shepherd's pie.
We went on a walk just then and that sounds like a lovely idea, by the way. But we went on a walk then and we barely talked because I think we just both needed silence.
We did.
And we didn't film it because we both just needed nature.
Silence.
Look at this very Mark.
All right, Mark, it's disgusting. No one wants to see it. Come on, let's go.
My nose is running now.
Come on, we need to go.
Where had I got coronavirus? Oh my God, what an enormous relief. I've just taken my Russian Cossack's hat off and I don't feel hot and I don't feel ill.
Washing his hands. He won't let me watch him, but the girl said he is absolutely rubbish at it, so I'm going to go and spy on him. What are you doing?
Oh my God!
Mark!
My God, what?
You had that water on for about 15 seconds.
No, I didn't. I had it for about...
Why? You've got bangles and rings on.
I've burnt my hands, that's how much I've washed them.
The girls told me yesterday you were washing them in cold water. You washed them in... The girl said they saw you... Don't do your laugh.
Are you going to monitor me every time I wash my hands?
Yes. Listen, they say the millions of people that don't get coronavirus, they're the people, listen to this, they said we're going to be really surprised by the numbers that wash their hands properly.
How do you turn...
Your elbow. Your elbow. You're using your hand.
Because
So
now I
you're
need to wash
infected-
them again.
Yeah.
So I turned it off with... You're joking. So, but this is my point always about going to public toilets. Don't touch anything. Use your elbows for everything. You don't need to wash your hands.
Yeah, but you've just turned the tap on with your infected hand, haven't you? Then you washed your hands, and then you turn the tap on.
So now I need to
It's
go
not
to
bloody
the-
rocket science. I mean, my God, every
I
single
can't get
day,
these
10
rings
times a day, it's on the news, and you're still doing it wrong.
Happy birthday
Right,
to
hang on a minute,
you.
hang on a minute.
Happy
Soap, Mark,
birthday to you.
that's all you're doing round and round.
What? I've got soap. I've done it. What?
Okay, I'm going to have to show you. You don't have this.
Go on then, smarty pants.
So now I'm touching your phone. I probably need to wash my hands.
Look.
Why have you got
So you have to sing happy birthday. I've just washed it, so I'm not going to do the whole happy birthday thing. Right? You have to go like this. You have to go like this. And you have to do it for happy birthday twice. There was a guy doing it yesterday on the BBC. And then you have to do your wrists. Really important. You do it. Then you've got to do this. See that dip in your hand? This is what they were saying yesterday. Look. I mean, my God. I'm getting bloody, look, I'm getting rashes.
Have you seen the story I sent you?
Anyway, so longer than that, all in between, fingers like this, round again, and it has to be, and then you've got to rinse it off properly.
Go on.
I don't know what people are doing that haven't got these tabs.
They haven't got elbows.
A bit hot.
So hot. Guys, she's starting to sit on the toilet and watch me do it. How do you know that's safe?
Because I put it there clean today. We can't have a clean towel
I
every
touched
time.
my wrap with unwashed hands. What do I do with my
Oh
wrap?
my God, I'm going to lose my mind.
No, come back. Have you heard the story about the Italian actor from Gomorrah?
No.
He was self-isolating with his sister. Listen.
Yeah.
And whilst he was self-isolating with his sister, he was giving mouth-to-mouth to his sister who died of coronavirus, and the emergency services have refused to come in. So he's lying with his dead sister next to him.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah? Terrible.
That's the most awful
It's awful.
story.
We've got no idea how bad it is in Italy. I just feel like people aren't telling us stuff.
Let's not frighten people.
I'm not frightening people, I'm just telling you stories that are online.
The other thing is, if you put
What are you doing
anti-bac on,
Give me that.
you mustn't put, this isn't anti-bac, you mustn't put your hand lotion on until the antibac has dried. I was reading yesterday.
Hey,
I only use the
you don't what?
I only use the antibac if I'm out and I can't wash my hands.
But can I just say that when they analysed your makeup bag on television, it was considered to be the most germy. And I'm worried that I'm touching your phone now and it looks germy.
I anti-backed my phone.
How, look, there's dirty bits of receipts with black bits on them.
Well, I know. I mean, we can't be totally free, that's for sure.
We're going to need to wear things like Chi-Chi, I think. Anyway, see you later.
Morning love, huh?
Hi guys, so this is me responding to the fact that Nadia is talking about this self-isolation idea. I'm of the opinion, and I have been of the opinion, that, you know, it's not going to be any worse than just general flu. So I hate to say it, I sound a little bit like Donald Trump. I look exhausted because I didn't sleep well last night. I have to confess though, I'm suffering with my asthma at the moment, and I keep getting that worrying feeling that, is this different to asthma, or is this something more sinister and all that kind of stuff? So the anxiety levels have definitely ratcheted up.
Morning, folks. Day one of self-isolating. Put out a film last night on YouTube saying that I was going to do that, and I can't believe how things have escalated since then on the news. I think they're about to. Mark's just gone downstairs to listen. I think they're about to say that they're moving into phase 2.
Look, here's a number of things happening on my horizon. I've got a 2-day shoot next week that, for insurance purposes, is looking incredibly fragile and like I might have to postpone or rearrange due to various insurance requirements and responsibilities for staff and da-da-da-da. And me and Nanny were due to fly to New York on 14th or 15th of April for the Tribeca Film Festival, and you know, okay, all flights from Europe have been cancelled, not from Britain, but parts of New York are in extraordinary lockdown, so there's all of that.
I'm sorry, but I feel like I am in a movie. I can't believe what is happening now. The numbers are still tiny when you think of them globally, but I just can't remember anything in a way, and this was what was being said last night on, I think it was Sky Papers or something. It is like being at war. That's what it feels like. It feels like we've gone to war. We've
also then got, you know, elderly members of the family, Teddy, for example, that we're worried about. So I think there's been a slow ratcheting up. We haven't started from a place of hysteria, and listening to Nadia's films that she put up on YouTube last night, I was helping Nanny and trying to calm her down a bit. She's coming over today too. It does feel like the whole thing has kind of moved a bit. So there are practical issues here. I think Nadia wants to commit to going to Loose Women. Now, okay, I've offered her, because I generally do the girls' homeschooling on Thursdays and Fridays, principally Fridays, because they have lessons on Thursdays, but lessons are becoming a bit kind of fraught and potentially cancelled. You know, what happens with the girls if I take Nadia? So there's that issue. So do I take the girls with me in the car? You know, just because you're in a car, yeah, you can be relatively hermetically sealed, but you get out, use a petrol pump, go to a shop or anything like that. I mean, the extent to which we need to be washing our hands is, regardless of what we do, we need to be washing our hands.
Anyway, just lying here with Mark in bed. I mean, Mark actually agrees with me, because I posted that film yesterday when he wasn't here, and I wasn't sure what he was going to say, but he does actually agree with me. Wherever possible, we are not going out. We are not. No takeaways, no restaurants, no having friends around, no going around to friends. I've got to talk to the girls today as well and make it really clear that, you know, they can't really be having people around. A lot of things they've got planned might have to be cancelled. It's tough, but is what we got to do.
And of course, for the teenagers, for Maddie, she's got gigs coming up, she's got boyfriends, she's got friends. The idea for her of self-isolating and being stuck in this house with us is a depressing prospect at best. For me, it's you know, there's all sorts of other things. We've got a premiere on Monday night. We're supposed to be going to A Quiet Place 2 premiere. Now Nadia says she doesn't want to go, and I'm wondering whether, in fact, you know, social gatherings like cinemas, theatres, and galleries are going to actually close. So there's that side of it that we're having to think about. And suddenly, for the first time, we're beginning to wonder whether stocking up on stuff, not because we're panicking thinking we're going to be locked in and all that, but because shops might be closed. I mean, in Italy, they're closed, they're shuttering shops. Okay, not essential supermarkets and pharmacies, but there could be a rush on things there.
I haven't stockpiled at all, and I'm refusing to, because I think it's selfish, and I think there's something that just makes me feel a bit uneasy about it. And yet I'm sitting here today, this morning, and I'm thinking, I haven't really got that much food in. What if... What if it's interesting that usually with the deliveries, food deliveries, you can get them the next day or the next couple of days. Well, I can't get anything until next Monday.
The stock markets are plummeting. Futures in America are plummeting, so that means that's an indication of how the American stock markets are going to open. You know, things are rattled, and you know, on the one hand, I keep sort of clasping at the kind of good news that in China and South Korea, the numbers of cases are going down, and no one else seems to be clutching at that. And yet at the same time, you think, well, drastic measures are working, and yet our government doesn't seem to be taking drastic measures. You know, a short, sharp shock of 2 weeks of everything closing down is going to be an economic shock to the system. But if it kind of prevents a long, meandering 3 to 4 to 5 months of this stuff, brilliant. Or does anyone know? Perhaps there's a strategy that there needs to be a certain amount of this virus in the community, and there needs to be a certain element of community spread so that as a society we can build up the antibodies required to fight it. You know, I think as a public, we could cope with a little bit more information than what we're getting.
I feel really worried. I'm going to be honest. I do feel really worried. I mean, I've always had a bit of health anxiety, but it's going off the scale now, and everything, I'm convinced I've got a tight chest. Like yesterday, I was laughing and Mum was like, what's that sound? What's that sound? And it's you know my laugh. I laugh all the time in the vlog with that whistling laugh. She said, you shouldn't have that. She said, do you think you've got asthma? And I was like, thanks a bunch. Now I'm wondering whether I've got asthma. We can't have two of us with asthma. Mark's got asthma. Well, anyway. I feel like I'm driving myself fucking mad with this. I really do.
But anyway, so you know, me and Nadia, it's a move. It's an evolving beast. But the sense of wanting to stay put, and given that we're self-employed and a lot of our earnings and everything like that do happen virtually, if you like, you know, the prospect of potentially staying housebound a bit more is something we can consider, which we know for a lot of people is inconsiderable. So, you know, like the postman today, he delivered his letters with his gloves on. But, you know, when you start to break down the layers of which, well, who handled the letters before he handled the letters, it becomes you know, that's why it ends up being the case that you need to wash your own hands after every interaction.
But I am still, at the same time, constantly saying, have the voice of reason. Voice of reason come in. Let the voice of reason come in. We're doing everything we can. We're not going into big crowds. You know, I'm washing my hands. You know, making sure I'm eating well. I'm not sleeping well, because that's you need for your immune system. You want to sleep well. Eat well, sleep well, wash your hands. Don't go anywhere unnecessarily. And then really there isn't anything else we can do.